of Science, but ended up by getting an honorary degree, in bachelor's degree. And again, I studied in an Ahmadi institution and did my doctorate on comparative religion, particularly in the study of Islam.
By 1954, Rabwa was a town of 45,000 people. In the center of the town, gleaming in white brilliance, stood the elegant Mubarak Mosque.
In March 1954, a young boy, about 19 years of age, he attacked Hadhrat Khalifatul Masih when he finished leading his Asr prayer in Masjid Mubarak, and he stabbed him on his neck, and the blade entered deep in the body.
Though the wound itself was to heal rapidly, it had a serious effect on his nervous system. His health deteriorated, and he was unable to work his usual long hours. Some 2 years later, he went to seek advice from specialists in London.
Quite a few members of Huzur's family accompanied him. Among Huzur's children was Hadhrat Mirza Ahmad, Dr. Mirza Ahmad, Mirza Mubarak Ahmad, then Mirza Tahir Ahmad.
After the treatment, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II decided to return to Rabwa, but he left Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, now aged 26, behind in London. Although according to the original plans he was due to return with his father, but his father had other plans for him. In London, he lived in Maida Vale and studied at the University of London. Although he had learnt English at school, it was at the London University where he learned how to express himself better in the language. Whilst in London, he also had the opportunity to travel in Europe and meet a range of people. About his experience in London, he states in his biography, "At the School of Oriental Studies, I had met people from all over the world, from Africa, from Germany and Poland, from all parts of Europe really, and from America and Canada and South America. I believed that was important, that God had decided that was what I should do, even though I did not know it at the time. He had decided that I should meet all these people, and that I should go out and travel in Europe. I think that was his design." He returned to Rabwa in October 1957, and got married in December that year to Hazrat Sayyida Asifa Begum. That very same year, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih II appointed him at the office of Waqf-e-Jadid, which looked after the needs of Ahmadis living in rural communities in East and West Pakistan. His new post in the Waqf-e-Jadid put him in direct contact with the small farmers, villagers and shopkeepers, who were one of the great strengths of the community. He was always very caring for the poor and the needy, and this was also apparent in his personal life.
और बाकी लिए तो बाकी बहुत से पहले से मैं देखती थी कि बहुत ज्यादा अब्बा में तड़पती, क्योंकि मतलब हम लोग तभी छोटे थे तो मुझे याद है जब हम कभी मीना बाजार पे बच्चियां जा रही हैं तो उम्मी का कहा हमें पैसे दे, मीना बाजार हमारे स्कूल का, तो उम्मी के मैंने अभी दिए नहीं थे या कम दे रही थी जो भी था, तो अब्बा ने सुन लिया, अब्बा कहते कि मैं देता हूँ, तो 10 रुपए दिए थे, उससे 10 रुपए बहुत ज्यादा लगते थे, तो कहता लेकिन एक शर्त है कि तुम लोगों ने साथ अपने साथ किसी गरीब बच्चों का भी साथ कुछ खराब पिलाओगी और ये करोगी। तो शुरू से इस तरह मतलब ये था कि हर चीज में तुम लोगों ने उनका हिस्सा रखना है और मोहब्बत करनी है उनसे। और इसी तरह अब्बा घर में मुलाजमीन के साथ भी बात करते उसमें सलूक से रखते रहते थे कि यहाँ तक कि एक दफा मुझे याद है उम्मी को कह रहे थे कि लोगों को तो मुलाजमीन रखने की मुसीबत होती है, कहते नहीं है, हमें निकालने की मुश्किल पड़ जाती है, लोग जाते नहीं है, इतने अच्छी तरह रहते थे कि वो जाने पे भी नहीं राजी होते थे।
There was a special bond between him and people. I don't understand how and why, but it was a special bond. Whoever used to be with him once he used to get hooked to him.
Wherever he worked very hard. And he always worked and showed his example. But he used to work in the land as he is a peasant. So to show them that he can do whatever he asks them to do, he can do himself also. So he was a great leader and very active and eloquent, and he was a good speaker. He could speak for hours on different topics. Later he started question answer also with non-Ahmadis.
हज़रत खलीफा सालिस भी जब लोग आया करते थे, गैर जमात मौलवी वगैरह भी आते थे, तो हज़रत खलीफा सालिस ज़्यादातर अब्बा के कोई कहते थे कि आप इनसे मजलिस करेंगे.
He led a very disciplined life, serving the cause of the community. He used to start his day very early in the morning and was at his office well before anyone else.
अब्बा का एक तो मैं आपको बताऊं तो ये तरीका था ना, सुबह नमाज के बाद तहज्जुद और नमाज के बाद अब्बा तलावत करते थे. ये तो मुझे जब से मैंने होश संभाला ये मैंने देखा. उसके बाद फिर अब्बा थोड़ी देर के लिए सोते जरूर थे, फिर अब्बा चले जाते थे अपने वक्त जदीद के रफ्तार. तो दोपहर को आते थे 2:30 साढ़े 3 के दरमियान. और उस वक्त उनके मुलाजमीन भी अपने क्वार्टरों में जा चुके होते थे. कभी अब्बा ने किसी को नहीं कहा कि मुझे खाना निकाल के दो या गरम करके दो. खाना पड़ा होता था और खुद ही निकाल के बैठ जाते थे. हम लोग तो बच्चे थे तो मुझे याद है कि ऊपर के सब मेजों पे भी चढ़ के बैठ जाते थे. अब्बा के साथ बातें हैं, बेतकल्फी बात थी तो इसलिए सारी बातें करते रहते थे, सवाल जवाब. और अब्बा बड़ी खुशी खुशी से बात का जवाब भी दे रहे हैं और साथ खाना भी खा रहे हैं. इतना मोहब्बत का सलूक बंधा हुआ था कि अब्बा की नाराजगी सबसे बड़ी सजा लगती थी. इसलिए ये होता था कि अगर जहाँ ये देखते थे कि अब्बा को किसी बात से तकलीफ हो रही है तो हमारे लिए सख्त तकलीफ पे शर्म वाली बात बन जाती थी. तरबियत का मुझे जो सबसे अब्बा का अंदाजा चला कि बच्चों से या किसी से भी ऐसी मोहब्बत का सलूक बांध लेते थे कि उसकी वजह से इंसान बहुत सी बातों से बच जाता है.
It is one of the ironies of history that the Ahmadiyya movement, which was instrumental in the creation of Pakistan, was persecuted by the so-called religious scholars or ulema, who had been so violently opposed to its creation. The persecution was politically inspired to divert the attention of the population from real problems that the country was facing. 1953 saw some of the worst rioting against Ahmadi Muslims and the community.
There was a generalized riot in the Punjab. It was supported by the Punjab government, quietly, not officially. So it became out of control, went out of control, and ultimately the first martial law was imposed because of this.
This wave of persecution continued for nearly 20 years, both at institutional and grassroots level.
What you observe today in Pakistan is not just a public wrath turned against Ahmadis. It is the government legal persecution.
State persecution.
In 1965, Hadhrat Khalifatul Masih II passed away. Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, the son of Khalifatul Masih II and the elder brother of Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, was chosen as the third Khalifa. The problems for the community continued in Pakistan. Hadhrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad worked under the guidance of the third Khalifa to deal with the problems the community was facing. In 1974, legislation was proposed in the National Assembly of Pakistan, declaring that Ahmadis were not Muslims. Hadhrat Khalifatul Masih III led a 5-man delegation to the National Assembly, which discussed the proposed legislation.